right, I'm gonna get us in here. You ready?
Ready like Freddy.
Freddie Mercury. All
Freddy
right,
Krueger.
Krueger. Okay, I got the red on. That's good. It's too bad it's not striped. Welcome to Ash Cigar Social. My name's Eric Daniels. As usual, you know how this goes. My friend and cohort in crime here, Andrew Postel. What are you smoking, baby?
Got one of the greatest cigars on the planet, Eric. This is the Punch Grand Puro. We've talked about puros before. The entire cigar comes from Honduras. Wrapper, binder, filler. That's what the puro is. It's pure of the same tobacco. Top 10 rated. This has hit all the highlights that you could ever be on all the lists. 60 gauge. This is a good hour and a half cigar. So I had to get it started before we even came on our podcast. It's that good. Eric, my friend, what have you got today?
Today, I'm going to get you also in the 60 ring gauge category. This is PDR's The Reckoning Maduro with a little bit of a shell for a punch today. Once again, the shout out goes to Jason Nimitz for that one. Guys, this guy is a Brazilian filled Dominican that is a lot of cigar and it's on the strong side. So, if I disappear, I'm going to go Ralph in the grass. That's where I'm going next.
PDR does that. They often will have very strong tobacco, very strong cigars, but I like that you're punching it. I'm doing the same thing. This is the reason why we use the punch on the ends for larger cigars. It controls my draw a little bit more. If I were to cut this, a single draw would be an enormous amount of tobacco that I would be tasting. So I keep this so that my cigar lasts longer, but I get more of the flavor. Now, Eric, I'm told a medium full to full cigar, it's more like medium to me. It's super smooth. I mean, there is spice in it, but there's plenty of other spicy cigars out there. So if you're a beginner, I feel like this would be a good harder cigar. But for an experienced person, this would probably be more of a medium bodied cigar for a hardcore cigar aficionado.
I like that. This, according to the ratings, it's one step away from being the strongest. And that begs the question, what's the strongest cigar you've ever had?
Feral Pig. So I've had the Feral Pig twice. The first time I might have hurled a little bit.
Really?
I, I think so. So I had that cigar, then I ate, then I went to go see was it Blue no, who did I see after that? Deep Purple. And at the
Smoke on the
Deep
water type?
Purple concert,
Yeah.
yeah, I was like, this would be great. And it wasn't so great. I don't know what if it was the food, if it was the cigar, but the second time I had it, everything was cool. So who knows what it was that night?
Um, I think mine to date is probably Guy Fieri's. Is it Knuckle Sandwich? Is that what it is?
Knuckle Sandwich. Yeah.
Yeah, that thing was like,
So
woo.
I want to share something with you. So I'm gonna put my cigar down for a second. So there's something that's sort of disgusting, but I still feel like it's a good practice. At the end, all of our cigar that we don't use, we smoke it.
Hang on one second. Hang on one second for me.
So
It's
here's
it's it's glitching out on me on this end. You with me?
on urine.
Well, my end is
Damn,
good.
it must.
Technical
I
difficulty.
thought
In the
maybe connecting to
meantime.
my phone would be better.
Oh, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Okay, so start over. What was the story?
We have butts from our cigars, and what do we do with them? Well, we toss them. But I'm at home, so I have an outdoor fireplace, and I put all of my butts in this pot,
That
and
does
then
not
put
smell
them in
like
the fire.
flowers. Oof. Wow.
It's a little disgusting, but when I put them on there, I don't know. I like it. It adds to the aroma. It's like 70 cigar butts at the same time.
I'm gonna scare my doctor and take a picture of that the next physical I have. If they ask me if I smoke,
Yeah. I do not smoke.
I do not. Yeah.
Obviously.
Um,
Yeah. Once you say you do, it's on everything.
yeah, I ran in a few minutes ago to the house and she was like, "Whoa." I was like, "Yeah, it's fine. I'm okay. I'm okay." It's that or exhaust every night, one of the two. All right.
What's your next bike project, my friend?
My next project on the bikes is going to be a 1985 lowrider. It is called an Evolution motor, but it makes it special. There's only 2,000 made in the world, and it has a kickstart and an electric start, but it also has a geometry that's sort of unique to this bike. But I want to make it special. I might put. You ever heard of like rabbit ear handlebars? You've heard of those? I've got them
Yeah.
around here somewhere. Anyways, I might do that. I might try it. If it seems dangerous, I'll put it back to the other stuff. But really and truly, what I want to do with this bike is keep it pretty period specific in geometry, because it was known to be a good bike. But it's also a very powerful bike with some resale value to it. So I want to take my time on it.
How did you pick it up? Like who brought it to you?
That's such a good question, man. So I peruse Facebook Marketplace pretty regularly looking for Harley stuff. I'm specifically really into Harley stuff, but not really Indian, not really jet bike stuff. It's really just kind of that specific niche. But I've got everything from a 75 to a 2024. I mean, I have the entire gambit that I can afford, right? By the way, if you go into the 40s and 50s and 60s, those bikes are now 25 grand, and you may not ever want to ride them because they're kind of hard. But what made me pick this one was the exclusivity of the bike. The looks of the bike are completely different than most other bikes, because it's a lowrider. I have a 30-inch inseam, so I don't really care for the really tall standing bikes. And it's also a piece of 80s history that I don't have. I have 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2024 for bikes. So the only real bike that I don't have that I just sold last year was a 20, like figure like 2010s is the only other d genre that I would probably dive into a little bit, and that would probably be like a Dyna. And for those who don't know, the Dyna is like Sons of Anarchy type of bikes.
Do you
Anyways,
have a favorite that you have that you ride?
no, like asking your favorite kid. I do love my shovel head, which is 1975, also lowrider, and it is beautiful. It is vibraty, and anything over 65, you question your sanity. There's no windscreen. It is tears and just feel of RPM because you have no idea how high it's spinning. It's just it's raw mechanical in nature. Like you can just feel everything. The 2024 is like all electronic. It connects to CarPlay and tells me when I do something wrong, right? And really powerful, like super powerful. But the chopper's kind of got my heart right now. The one that was over here before, that thing, if I get on that bike right now and get it warmed up and I punch it, it pulls so hard that it spins the back tire on acceleration. It's a lot. It's a
Did
lot.
you gear it that way, or is that the factory setting?
There's been so many owners on this bike. I have no idea. There's not one part on this bike that hasn't been touched. So I have a feeling somebody souped this engine up without, I'd have to open it up to find out, right? And, or I could run a compression test to find out if there's some souped up internals. But realistically, I've not felt one this powerful. It's a lot. It's a lot. So yeah, that's kind of my passion project. Do you have any projects going on?
Uh, I don't have any active. projects going on, except for just attending a lot of shows. But did you see that that Jerry Garcia guitar that sold for $12 million?
No, I did not.
Yeah, you talking about those bikes, you're like, hey, we get these bikes, we may not even want to ride them. So no guitar player can afford a $12 million guitar, right? This goes to exceedingly wealthy people when they win these auctions and stuff. But the Trudetsky Trucks guy knew the guy that bought it and played it at a show. It weighs 18 pounds. And the action on it, he described was very difficult, but he's like, it felt like it belonged to Garcia. Like it wanted to play Jerry Garcia, great
Grateful Dead
on it.
stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
That he just said the action on it was just really difficult and maybe not even a guitar you'd want to play normally. So I just thought that was kind of cool.
Man, oof, the insurance on that. Oof. That's you'd have to be
I'm
exceedingly
sure the
wealthy.
guy who bought it doesn't even worry about the insurance. Yeah, it's a different,
Listen,
you're different tax
listen
bracket.
to the poors talk about the guitar, right? Oh man.
I've seen some cool
Um,
guitars in my day. Like I've seen some Stevie Ray Vaughan stuff. I actually
mm.
got to play Chris Stapleton's guitar, and Chris Stapleton on the back of it, like he wears this big belt buckle, and it was worn down where he rubs up against his belt buckle. He's played it on stage. I have pictures of it. I got to
how
hang out
how
with
did
that. It
you
was
do
pretty
that?
cool. It was at one of his shows, and if you paid like $20 extra, you got to go hang out and take some pictures with the guitar and some of his awards. So I paid the extra little money to go handle and fondle his little machine. It felt good.
That's the soundbite of the century right there. Thank you. Um, um, where do I go from here? I was in a house today that had a signed Taylor Swift thing. Uh, I was like, that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Um, she was really this this person is really into Taylor Swift. Like she had a little Swifty stuff and occasional Dolly Parton stuff on the wall. Um, Single gal that is just slaying the game. Um, Christina, this goes for you. Um, Drew, you still with us?
Still with you.
Cool. I'm not a huge fan of 60 ring gauge, bro.
It's kind of large, and but it's fun to do every once in a while.
It is fun. I bought like five of these for some reason. So next time you're over, you know what you're getting.
Then I'll bring you one of these because I bought a whole box of these.
Well, there's no spice in this. I will tell you, one of my favorite blends has anything with a Brazilian in it. I'm in. Like I'm in. So if you ever see a cigar, you're like, that's got Brazilian. Eric would love that. San Andreas is another. Um, what's some other ones that you can think of that you're like, oh, that cues me up.
CAO Brazilian that you profiled on your Instagram the other day. That's a great cigar.
That is a great cigar. And I have my weight in those. So if you want to come smoke with me, you should probably take one of those. Um, I I bought those, that and the Italias when like first started kicking off the Ash to Ash stuff. And I didn't realize how many I was buying. So now there's a lot.
Yeah, the CAO Flathead and the Brazil are the two favorite that I got out of that line. That's a great line.
So I bought the lesser ring gauge version of the flathead. Have you seen those?
No,
So we've got there's
like
like
that's
Steel Horse, there's Handlebar, there's all these. I'm getting attacked by June bugs. Um, there's all these different. Anyways, it's the same cigar, just smaller ring gauge. That's all it is.
I gotcha. I
Man,
went to
this thing.
Fredericksburg over the weekend in Texas. Oh yeah,
Oh,
it's
how
going
was that?
good.
How was
Yeah,
that?
here's my ash here. It was great. It was a nice little boutique real estate agency that they're doing good stuff and they're finding their way. I was surprised how many speakers they actually had for their size. They had some really good lineup speakers, but the owner was like, "Hey, do you want to do something?" I was like, "Hey, if you got a fire pit, I'll bring some cigars." And we had a great time. People smoked cigars, grilled some marshmallows. It was a nice time.
That's awesome, dude. So they were open to smoking.
Some of them were, but that's all. Everybody else was still cool, hanging out. It was a nice time.
That's so cool. Um, I hung out with the motorcycle guys last night in Granbury, and I brought the flathead that you were talking about, and so we all lit up. There's one guy in the picture that didn't. He's like, unless I'm drinking, I ain't smoking those things.
Yeah, they're
He's
not
like,
for everybody. And some people they just have a natural reaction to inhale, which is not what you want to do here. So, yeah,
especially not with this guy. Oh no.
no way.
Um. Wow. I'm I'm kind of thankful that like I don't operate in the space that I'm watching a lot of people in the world right now like hinge or like find their identity with events in the world. And my life is so good not doing that. Have you witnessed that lately?
Yeah, man, like maybe 6 or 8 months ago, somebody was describing how they wanted to have a more positive outlook. They wanted to start their day off positively, so they were reading the news. I was
Oh,
like, dude, how do you stay positive? You can't read the news in the morning. You want to stay positive, do something else to get that mindset right. But um, I need to focus on my family and taking care of them and hanging out with my friends. So the news and world events is off to the side for now.
yeah, that's all I got to say about that.
I go to a lot of concerts. Okay.
No.
When I go to a show, a lot of times the lead singer will say, "Hey, tune everything out. Let's just be in the moment." I like that mantra.
Yeah, we were at a concert recently, and that was the exact opposite happening on stage.
It's okay. Some people, their art form is protest music. That was the whole feel of the '60s, right?
Bro,
Some of the
I don't.
best protest music ever to come out.
Oh my God. I will say, okay, great question. Who's your favorite protest artist?
Oh, Rage Against the Machine. Rage Against the Machine, man.
You
Their
stole
music is so,
mine. That's
yeah.
it.
Their stuff is so angry. It fits in right with what I want. Now, I will say a close second for me is Neil Young. Neil Young's message is amazing.
Neil
When you
Young
saw those kids
is
get shot in yeah, and Kent State, like he wrote that song in like 10 minutes. So I don't know if you're watching, just look up Neil Young, Kent State. He wrote a great protest song in a matter of minutes when the National Guard shot some college students. And what was frustrating about that time, Eric, polling in America, 55% of people in America approved of the National Guard actions. So the mass thought may not always be the right thought. So just stick to what you feel is right for yourself, because that protest song needed to be written, and it was a great song for that time.
I would there's a lot of people listening to this right now like kicking their computer or television right now because we didn't mention a few others. Who's some other ones that come to mind?
I mean, who was that? Buffalo Springfield? Like they only had like one song, but it was such a cool song. The Mamas and the Papas also. I mean, like this was all like folk music at the time, right? But they harmonized.
I I
Crosby's still young,
dude,
Crosby's Nash still young. They made some great music together.
they did. And the one I'm referring to right now that everybody's kicking us, Dylan.
You know, I'm not that much of a Dylan fan.
I'm not either. That's
Yeah.
why rage is our thing.
That's right. That's right. I've seen Dylan in concert. I understand. I've watched many documentaries on him. I try to identify like where he's coming from. It just isn't for me.
I never I mean I I actually did that thing where I said maybe I just don't understand it. Um I put it on me saying that I just don't get it. And I'm not saying that it's not brilliant. I'm not saying but I haven't given it enough time. I'm also the guy that doesn't listen to the Beatles' White Album either, so
I need a little bit of anger in my music, my man.
bro, right? Right?
So one of the groups that I really liked as a kid was NWA. So NWA was the first narrative that I heard from the other side of the street. I'm like, oh, they're really talking about something over there. And they turned me on to other rap at the time. Well, like we called it rap then. It's like R&B or hip hop now. But for me, like Rakim, NWA,
Eric
like they
B.
were, yeah, man, they were saying something else, something I never heard before.
No,
They
you're
really
right.
opened my perspective. Yeah.
Dude, I was 12 years old and I knew every line to every NWA song, every Ice Cube, um, every, I mean, I knew everything I think I could possibly know about that at 12 and 13 years old. And um, give you guys perspective, I was born in 76. So whoever's in that pocket of age, I think I don't even know what was the alternative to that. I mean, I didn't get into the Two Life Crew and all that, but like the NWA stuff, even though it was not for the listening ears of a 12 or 13-year-old, it was it was forming in a good way, believe it or not.
Like Eric, if you just took the curse words out, it was music that we could listen to because it was telling us something that was happening that we didn't know about or understand. Like Public Enemy, the same thing. Man, like the message that they had, this is the 80s. Okay, so the 80s was just crazy times in the 80s. So if you were a kid in the 80s, you were almost sheltered in some pockets like, hey, we're white, middle America. We didn't know what was happening over here or over there. And they brought that message to us and we were like, "Oh, that's really important. What they're saying is important and we dig it."
Do you remember 911's a joke?
Uh-huh.
I
I
mean,
mean,
that was like a call for help. Like they can't even get cops and EMS to show up. And when they do show up, they just arrest everybody that was there. Um,
we have that same problem in Dallas. There are sections of Dallas where the cops will not respond unless it's over a certain dollar amount, and that's policy of the city. So yeah, the things that were happening 30 years ago, they're still happening. But there's a piece of it too. Like in order for us to have enough police officers, we become a police state. Like we don't want that either. We need the general population to have good jobs and be supported and not be biased against, and that will create an environment where they might be a little bit more or less prone to violence or crime. So if you're at the end of your rope, there's not a lot of choices for you to have, and that might be your only avenue is like to make it this way. So if we have a good economy, crime seems to go down. It's amazing. Just have good jobs for people, and it helps out in a way that cops can't help. Um, but we also need a lot of strong community religious leaders too, because that's where a lot of people get their message of nonviolence. You can still protest and not be violent. So hopefully we'll be in a good place again here shortly. Fingers crossed.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know. I'm enjoying my life. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, you and I were in the same boat during the shutdown, right? We were real estate. Real estate was going crazy, and some of our friends were not doing so well.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I
you got to be like, there's a guilt piece to it.
there
So
there I mean, I don't know. Man, that you could go down so many paths on that, but um I okay, I'll tell you there's one moment I'm traveling. I went to San Francisco. I took a flight from Dallas to San Francisco and then I went on to LA after that. I was probably with the Tom Ferry conference for real estate. And I remember in February, a lot, not just the Asian community, but many different communities were using the mask in February of 2020. And I remember thinking, remember, March was the kickoff. And I remember thinking to myself, what is what do they know that I don't know? And um, I got home and it didn't really hit me. Then March came around and they're like, these numbers are escalating. I remember the specific time and moment that I thought everybody on my street probably is going to get this. And there's not really a way to escape it. and it was a weird feeling.
My wife, my wife put it in the best perspective I know how to put it. Oh, by the way, check out this ash on this cigar,
Whoa!
man.
Holy
This thing is
crap!
going crazy. It's
How
a
what?
great
Hey,
stick.
what? Yeah, talk to me. Hang on, just a second before we go down the wife path. What is that like right now? What is it? Is it mouthfeel? Is it good?
I mean, I still feel like it's a smooth, medium-bodied cigar. So maybe it's just my palate, but I don't detect a lot of strong flavors out of it. But it still is a great stick, and it lasts an awful long time. But I'm puffing on it like crazy because it's so good, yummy.
That's so cool. That's rad. This has a
Mmm,
little bit of a tight draw
Honduran.
to it. Um, it's but it's good. It's not wangy. I don't know how the word. I've heard so many different ways of describing it. It's very smooth. It's very, I don't know, it's soft. It's soft. It's if you're not used to it and you have a soft flavor and then you get into it, you easily could get nauseous quick on this Joker. But I'm doing okay with it, surprisingly.
I can't wait to have it. I don't think I've actually had that specific cigar, so we'll make sure to trade the next time we're
No, I've
together.
got I've got one. I've got plenty. So they're all yours. Um, not all of them, most of them. They okay, so your wife was saying what now?
So my wife works at the hospital, the county hospital here in Fort Worth. So at the
Hmm.
county hospital, they've got some tough clients there. A lot of homeless, um, drug people who are in a tough spot. So she said as soon as this started happening, I mean, she was on the front lines. Like she was in it all the way. Like she had a routine when she came home, to strip everything in the wash, go to like it was a crazy time for her. But she said that this will never go away and it'll keep escalating. And I was like, what are you talking about? She goes, at the hospital, somebody will come in and like, oh, my ankle, I don't know, my whatever will be is acting up again. And they'll ask, well, are you taking your meds? No, I can't afford the meds. They'll treat the patient. They'll say, hey, we will give you the meds. Well, I can't go pick them up. We have a pharmacy downstairs. They would escort them to the pharmacy. All they had to do was wait there, and they wouldn't even pick them up. They wouldn't even get free medication staying 15 minutes. So she knew in the immediacy that people weren't going to listen, they weren't going to do what they were being told, and it would just continue to escalate. It's just how a lot of human beings are in that place, you know.
Um, it's interesting to think about the decisions that we make and how that affects the trajectory of our lives completely.
Eric, like our decision making, like we followed the law and we benefit from it. We are financially secure. There's some people who have followed the law and get penalized for it. So why would they follow the law? Like the perspective, that NWA perspective, that public enemy perspective, like that's the perspective they were showing us. Like, hey,
Mhm.
we're trying to do what's right and we're still getting kicked. So I get it. I get where they're coming from.
Oh, it's a hard knock life.
Hopefully,
Really well done.
so I watched Annie just the other day, my man. I
Did you
love that
really?
song.
Oh man,
Yeah.
you pulled it in.
I have there's two songs in that movie that I really enjoy. The movie's not really that good, but two songs in Hard Not Life is one of them. However, have you seen Matilda? You know this movie Matilda?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So I've never seen it, but in my feed sometimes I'll see this dancing with these kids and they'll put it to like heavy metal. I'm like, oh man, those kids are really dancing their ass off. What is this from? And then I Google it's from Matilda. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna watch this Matilda movie. I watched the entire Matilda movie. Like, where's this dancing? Is it at the end? It's the other Matilda. There's another Matilda movie that's a musical where this you had to watch two Matildas to get this scene down.
Wasted your life. Man, that's crazy. Um, yeah. I do enjoy that Wizard of Oz dancing to hard rock. That was pretty cool. That was pretty
Oh,
cool.
I saw this. So that I saw this post. This guy was like, "I want to write a movie or a story where they follow the red brick road. So if you follow the yellow brick road, there is a red brick road that spirals with it, but you don't know where it goes." I was like, "Ooh." I would read that story. Where does that red brick road go to?
You ever seen President's Men?
Oh, yeah, yeah, the one with Robert Redford in it
Yeah, is that one
and
that
Dustin Hoffman.
yeah, is that the one that you do you keep that one as a top 10 or top 20? Hmm.
No, I don't. It
I
was
got a
fine
guy
and it was good.
I got a guy today that like says that movie's way deeper, kind of like The Matrix is, and was like, I need to dive into that because it's weird. I never thought that was one of them, but okay. Um,
It's like art, man. It's if it hits you, it hits you. It's like the music thing, right? If it hits you, it hits you. Kevin Hart, I think he was the guy that I heard it. He's like, I'm not a comedian for everybody, but as a
mm.
comedian, I just need to be for 3% of Americans. If I'm funny to 3% of the American population, I'm fine for the rest of my life.
I appreciate you saying that because today I needed to hear that. I'm fairly polarizing when it comes to ideology of what I do for a living. And being prior military, I'm probably a little bit more driven than most in what I do. Um, and a lot of people that what we do is maybe not it's not the same MO that they've got for the same job. And I'm for the people I help that resonate, trust me, want the value of what I bring. And there's people out there that absolutely cannot, won't, don't want any part of me. And I need to be okay with that.
Mhm.
So that top 3% thing, it's a hard one because everybody has a little people pleaser in them. But in this case, I think Kevin Hart being 4'5" and getting beat on all the time, he's probably got some thick skin.
I love his joke at one of those roasts where he's talking about Shaq being King Kong. He does have some great liners, but also he's part of that comedian base where insulting people is kind of funny, but that's kind of going to the wayside now. But you know who is as popular as ever, especially right now? George Carlin. Like his
Really?
messaging it's on point, man.
I
It is
agree with
on
you.
point.
I have heard his stuff, and I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. I used to listen to Patton Oswalt and some other people who were kind of in the same boat. Um, I actually went and saw Patton and Brian Posehn in Austin one time. I just love their comedians of kings of comedy or whatever it was, and it was really eye opening to go to those shows. Whew, man, they only go to Austin for a reason. Let's just say that. Um, Man, I think we're sitting on top of our time. Um, any final thoughts today?
My thought is that s- we've talked a lot about messaging and perspective in this episode, right? Go out and listen to something different today. Check out something a little strange, might be unusual to you. See if you can identify with it at some place. And if you can't, that's cool. Stick to your 3%. You might be happy just staying in your own lane.
Dang, bro, you pulled it out. That was a great summary. That was fantastic. Um,
We like
man,
cigars for a reason. This is our lane, right? Not everybody
that
digs it, but we do.
I actually got a lot out of this episode. Man, hey, thank you once again. I'm not even like a quarter of the way through this thing. But I want to say thanks to all you that actually watch and subscribe to this channel. It's just two guys having fun, and there's not really a message here besides just we enjoy our lives and each other. We hope that you find some people in your life, and please continue to watch, support not only us, but people like us in the space. You guys take care.